Professor Xu Xin told me I could say 3 things today, so I'm going to use my quota. The first thing I'd like to say is to go a step beyond congratulations and express my respect for what you've accomplished here. You've truly set a very high standard for yourselves, and then you achieved it. And I think in an era when there often seem to be searches for easy ways out, you're to be commended for not choosing an easy way out, but indeed for choosing a very tough path. It's a degree of preparation that will serve you well. As difficult as you may have, as difficult as your experiences may have been over the last few years, I predict that they, in the end, will not be the hardest thing you ever do. And so rest assured that you're going off for the rest of your lives very well prepared to take on tough challenges. For those of you who are American historians, today is the 94th birthday of John F. Kennedy. And when he announced the space program back in the early 60s, he made a comment that went as follows: "We will go to the moon and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard." You have just done something that was hard, and you will carry that with you for the rest of your lives. The second thing I'd like to express is a bit of envy. I wish I was in your shoes. You've been exposed to extraordinary academic rigor, superb faculty, well-thought-through curricula, and you've been in a couple of places which I think push you beyond the norm, having spent time in both Washington and Beijing. So I really wish I was in your shoes. I wish I had your preparation, and I wish I had your opportunities. I'm now at the stage of life, you all will get there sooner or later, where you think back on things you might have done differently, or that you wish had gone a little differently. I'm pleased to say that there aren't too many of those moments for me, but if I had the chance to redo something, I would love to have been a CAPS major. The third thing I'd like to do is express a great deal of optimism for the opportunities that you face. You truly are leaving Cornell at an extraordinary time. The last 60 or 65 years following the end of World War II created an extraordinary era when the United States reigned supreme as an economic, industrial, and military power. Although I think there are those who would disagree with me, perhaps violently, my own personal opinion is that those days are over. The unipolar moment has indeed passed, and we are entering an era of extraordinary multilateralism. Those kinds of skills that you have in dealing with multiple cultures, multiple economic systems, multiple ways of looking at things will serve you well in this new era. I think the fact that you chose China as your area of interest goes even a step farther, because you now sit at the very threshold of the Asian century. The mathematics, the arithmetic would say that the United States still retains the economic, industrial, and military power that it's had for the last many decades. But the math also says that that's going to shift dramatically, and that the mix of influences and power and competitiveness, whether it be military or economic, are going to shift. The kinds of skills that are needed to succeed in that domain, in that era, are very different than the skills that were needed to succeed after the end of World War II, and you have those skills. I'm very, very optimistic that as the next few decades unfold, those of you with an interest, with a capacity, and with an ability to deal with the U.S. and China in a very, very different world, those of you who have those skills will prosper and indeed succeed well beyond the norm. I wish you the very best of luck. I really wish I was in your shoes. And good luck to you all. One last point, and I'll make an observation to parents here. For those of you who aren't Cornellians, and I suspect there are parents here who are not Cornell graduates, this is a pretty rugged place. Cornell is a very demanding institution, and I think it expects work and commitment from its students that goes far beyond what you typically would see in either a college or a university. Your sons and your daughters have prevailed in a very, very challenging environment, and you have a great deal to be proud of. Thank you very much.